it's Arrow Dragon. Welcome back to Let's Play Pokemon Soul Silver. In the last episode, we triumphed over the last of the Elite Four, defeated Lance, and became champions of the Johto region. And in this episode, we're gonna keep going because if you know this game at all, you know we are nowhere near done. Pokemon Heart Gold and Soul Silver have to have one of the most, if not the most, expansive post-game in the entirety of the Pokemon series. And we're gonna be here for a while, so let's get to it. And we start back in our room like always, and yeah, let's head downstairs. Hi Arrow, Professor Elm told me they had something to give you. Okay, let's go see Professor Elm, but why don't we have a look-see at our team? The team that helped us pull through so much. Feels like only yesterday when we got some of these Pokemon. I'm sorry, I get sappy when I'm reminiscing about my Pokemon. So yeah, that's the team. I'm gonna put Hydro Fang up at front since he's the lowest level along with... Well, actually just Tammy and Jewel are higher than everybody else, but let's just get to it. Let's go see Professor Elm. Arrow, there you are! I called because I have something for you! See? It's an SS ticket. I can catch Pokemon in Kanto. We got the SS ticket. That ticket will let you take the fast ship that departs from Olivine City. But you knew that already, Arrow. After all, you adventured all over with your Pokemon. Give my regards to Professor Oak in Kanto. I sure will. So why don't we take the Alucard Express over to Olivine City? Okay. Alright, Alucard, fly us to the port. Okay, and the port the ship leaves from is just south of the Pokemon Center, right over yonder. And for some reason I'm getting lag. Up, and look who it is! Hello, you're starting to have the attitude of a champion, Arrow. It's time for your Pokedex to match who you are. Let me see your Pokedex for a second. I'll upgrade your Pokedex with the National mode. And our Pokedex was upgraded to the National Pokedex. It won't be easy to complete the National Pokedex. However, I'm sure you'll make an honest attempt on our behalf. Yeah, sure. Oh, time flies! I have a radio show to record at Goldenrod Tower. You'll be heading for Kanto. If you come near Pallet Town, do drop by my Pokemon Research Lab. Okay, and you know, him bringing up the Goldenrod Tower brings up some, let me segue into something kind of interesting. After you get the National Dex and go over to your radio, because I happen to be recording this on a Wednesday, you go over to the music channel, and that tune should sound familiar. On Wednesdays, you can listen to the Hoenn sound, and on Thursdays, you can listen to the Sinnoh sound. On their own, they seem rather innocuous. However, these tunes are special. Okay, we flash this guy our ticket, and... Okay, I'll go over the Hoenn Sinnoh sounds once we get on the ship. But I just love listening to Hoenn sound. It's so nostalgic to me. Yep, we're the last passenger, we get on with our Pokemon, and the ship departs. And we take one step in, and we're ran by an old guy. Excuse me, I was in a hurry. My granddaughter is missing. She's just a wee girl. If you see her, please let me know. Alright. Okay, now, there are a lot of... And there's Beoba. Oh, hi, Arrow. This is Warden Beoba. Sorry I kept you waiting. I thought of a new way to play. It's called Object Arrangement. I'll give you more details with the Safari Zone. See you there. Yeah, I'll go over that in the next episode when we actually go back to the Safari Zone. But anyway, there are quite a few trainers to see and battle around this SS Aqua. And this will give me a chance to explain the Hoenn and Sinnoh sounds. I'm going to Kanto, put on fire-breathing shows. That's a great idea. But anyway, those tunes seem rather innocuous, but if you play them in areas where wild Pokemon can appear, you can actually encounter all new kinds of Pokemon. And they're typically divided into 5 different categories. Grassland routes, mountain/plain routes, caves, one of the 3 towers, or a forest. So why don't we go over them? I would start with one of the grassland encounters, but one of the tower encounters with the Hoenn sound is interesting, because it's Zigzagoon. Why is this interesting? Because you can find its evolved form Linoone on the mountainous routes. Linoone might not seem all that interesting, and mostly it isn't, but it does have something interesting going for it. Also, Power Jump level 48, but anyways. Linoone learns Belly Drum. At the cost of half your max HP, that move will max out your user's attack stat. And unlike most users of Belly Drum, Linoone is really fast, so it only needs to take 1 hit as opposed to 2 to actually make it work. And that makes it kind of interesting. So if that's your kind of thing, this is a solid choice. Okay, let's move on to the grassland encounter, starting with Plusle! Hey, do you like double battles? Well, Hoenn gave you a Pokemon just for that! But did they give you a good Pokemon otherwise? No! This is not a good Pokemon, and its counterpart Minun is also in the same boat. They work great together in a double battle, assuming you're not up against a ground type, because these things don't learn much outside of normal and electric type moves. Not very good Pokemon, don't even consider them. Anyways, onto the mountainous regions, we can go over Whismur, the most painfully average normal type in existence. It's nothing great, but nothing terrible. It won't take long to evolve into Loudred, it won't take long after that to evolve into X-Cloud. X-Cloud's got some solid attacking stats, a good move pool. This is the bare bones for what's acceptable in a good normal type, so yeah, like I said, nothing great, nothing terrible, just painfully average. Okay, moving on to the cave encounters, first up is Makuhita. This is a rather interesting fighting type. It doesn't take very long at all to evolve into Hariyama, and while Hariyama has a great HP stat and a great attack stat, and some really sick abilities, which I'll go over in a sec, the rest of its stats are really poor. Its poor bulk and speed kind of undermine its great HP stat. So yeah, on the flip side though, Thick Fat and Guts are both great abilities for it to have. So this is definitely an interesting fighting type, but I wouldn't exactly call it fantastic. Okay, the other cave encounter is Absol, another Pokemon that benefited fantastically from the physical special split. Absol before... Okay, let me explain. Dark type moves before the physical special split were kind of special, so Absol couldn't make use of its great attack stat. But now it can! On top of that, it gets Super Luck for its ability, which will increase the user's critical hit chance, which you already know from Murkrow. Anyways, it also learns Night Slash, which combos that with that great really well. It's a bit slow for sure, but its great attacking stat makes it more than worth considering. Okay, onto the other tower encounter is Spinda! Hey, look at that, another normal type with a great move pool, but absolutely no way to use it because its stats are just terrible. Yeah, that's all I can say about Spinda. It's just not worth any sort of attention. How about I move on to the forest encounters and talk about Numel? Why this thing is found in a forest, I don't know, but it is a very good Pokemon. Its typing may not seem all that good, but Fire and Ground only gives it 2 weaknesses. Yes, one of them is a quad weakness to water, but that's still pretty good. On top of that, it's really, really good offensively. And on top of that, its offenses are really good, and on top of that, Camerupt gets Solid Rock as one of its abilities, which works just like Filter, reducing the power of super effective attacks. All this going for it means it's a pretty good Pokemon all around. And the other encounter is Spoink. Now this thing is weird. Spoink doesn't take long to evolve into Grumpig, and Grumpig's stat spread is very unusual. It has a similar focus to Slowking being a special defender, but as a result, Slowking just massively outclasses it. It's just, you can raise it, but why raise this when you can raise the Slowking? I don't know. Okay, moving on to the Sinnoh Sound. The grassland encounter, because there's only one of them, is Shinx. Shinx is kind of interesting. It forgoes a lot of typical electric-type conventions. Once it evolves into Luxio and then into Luxray, it becomes a strong physical attacker with subpar speed. But does this make it a bad Pokemon? Actually, no, it has a couple of interesting things going for it. For one thing, it gets Intimidate for one of its abilities. I've mentioned ad nauseum how great an ability that is. And for two, its move pool is actually really decent. So yeah, while it's a bit unconventional, it's a pretty good Pokemon otherwise. Okay, moving on to the mountainous routes, let's go over Bidoof. This is Sinnoh's Rattata clone, but does that make it a bad Pokemon? Actually, it's one of the better ones. Once it evolves into Bibarel, it gains a water typing alongside its normal typing, which makes for some pretty interesting moves to use alongside of it. And also, its stats aren't abysmal like other normal types, they're decently salvageable, I suppose. It's sort of interesting, so maybe you can get some mileage out of it. Okay, next up is Weasel. This is a water type that's heavily focused around its speed. Once it evolves into Floatzel, it gets some solid enough attacking stats and a decent enough move pool, but its speed is the main focus. This gives it a niche, so maybe you consider it if you want something different. Next up, in the caves, you can find Chingling. Really, really not good. Once it evolves into Chimecho, its stats are really poor, and its move pool is very much bare. So, not much to say here that would convince you to want to race this thing. Next up is, I'm looking at my notes, is Bronzor. Hey, look at that! An interesting psychic type to talk about for more reasons than one. For one thing, Steel and Psychic is awesome typing. Well, mostly defensively, especially since the Steel type hasn't been nerfed yet. But anyway, once Bronzor evolves into Bronzong, it gets some decent enough attack stats to take advantage of its decent enough, not decent enough defense, solid defense. It's a very good mixed defender. And also, its abilities are interesting because you can effectively turn off one of its weaknesses. With Heatproof, it no longer has a weakness to Fire types because it cuts Fire type moves damage in half. With Levitate, it's immune to Ground type moves, so it doesn't even have a weakness to Ground type moves. And the best part is, there is no indication of which one it can have. So if you're playing versus with someone, you could very much screw with them because they don't know what they're fighting. So yeah, Prom Song's pretty good. Okay, tower encounters. Next up is Meditite. Why you can find this thing with Sinnoh Sound was beyond me. This is a Hoenn Pokemon. Who screwed that up? Regardless, Meditite is very weird. It's got weird typing and really poor stats, but it's got pure power, which doubles its attack stat. However, I don't think its evolved form Medicham has the stats to take advantage of it, unlike a Azumarill with huge power. I mean, it's unique, but not fantastic. Okay, next up is Chatot. I really got... Okay, I'm still getting used to this. Just come a slack. Anyway, let's talk about Chatot. A surprisingly good stat spread for special attacking, let down by a very, very poor move pool. If this thing had some better moves, I would actually consider it pretty good, but since it doesn't, no, it's not very good. Lastly, the forest encounters. Let's start off with Budew. Budew is very weak to start out, and you'll need Happiness to evolve it into Roselia. And thankfully, you can evolve Roselia right away with a Shiny Stone into Roserade. Now, Roserade is a very good Grass-type special sweeper, but the problem is, it's a Grass-type special sweeper with only okay speed. So, it's good, but be on the lookout for its weaknesses. And last, but certainly not least, is Carnivine. A slow, powerful Grass-type attacker with a very, very bad move pool. It doesn't have any sort of... No, it has some diversity outside normal grass and dark, but outside those three types, don't expect very much out of it. But, yeah, it's not great. Okay, I'm slowly getting back into the groove of going over bios, but yeah. Also, I like to point out these two had a Teddy Ursa and a Phanpy. One played Heart Gold, the other played Soul Silver. Are you really gonna be that girl? I would say that guy, but I'm fighting against twin girls. Anyways. Yeah, I apologize if my bio giving skills seem a bit off. I'm still getting back into the swing of things. I had to look down at my notes a lot, but I was trying to pay attention to battles, and that's the power of Endure right there. Yeah, you'll always withstand with 1 HP, even if you're at 1 HP somehow. Oh, anyways, they went down. We win! Meg and Peg. It's funny. Okay, let's put Crosshair out in the front. But yeah, that's not what I wanted. Yeah, the Hoenn Sinnoh Sounds makes for some pretty interesting encounters that maybe you want to add to your team if you want to raise a completely different team for the post game. I've heard of some people who do like to do that, so maybe you're one of them. Okay, let's head down to the lower. Let's head down below decks. Okay. What are you doing? Oh, I'm seasick. Thank you for sharing. That actually brings up a story I want to tell. One time when I went on a trip to Cape Cod with, it was with summer camp. One of the things we did was actually whale watching, which was pretty cool, but I actually did end up getting a bit seasick. I didn't end up throwing up, but I did end up getting a bit woozy and dizzy. But I actually didn't know I was seasick until after I got off. I just thought it was motion sickness, but yeah, that's a story I never thought I'd get to tell. But on a side note, whale watching was pretty fun. Okay, why Juggler has a Mr. Mime, I don't know. Okay, Magmar. Are you Crosshair? You show that Magmar who's boss. You're 10 levels ahead of it. That thing is screwed. Go and punch it to death, or punch it to faint. Punch it to faint. And yeah, that's not it for you. And the Shell Bell kicks in. It's so weird to go back to the slow battle speed of Fortune, because I was playing Alpha Sapphire between Season 1 and Season 2 of SLP, so it's weird to me. But I'm sure I'll get used to it again, and like I'll get used to going over bios again. Okay, let's take to this, guys. Oh! No guard! Yes, no guard can even hit the opponent if they're in the air, somehow. I don't understand that at all, and I don't understand why you use Revenge on a poison and flying type. And by the way, Revenge will double in power if you're hit by an opponent's move on the turn you're using it, and it has lower priority. I can't move anymore. Can you juggle? If you can't move, how can you juggle? Okay. Anyone up here? Yes, and this is the part where I'm going to start cutting out battles because I can't find anything interesting to say. Nothing beats a battle when I'm on my break. His break's over whether he wins or loses. I'm going to ignore that. You, what do you say? Hey kid, could I get you to look for my buddy? take it easy, somewhere that good for nothing. I want to go find him, but I'm on guard duty and have to stay right here. I think I know where he is. I did remember seeing a lazy sailor on multiple playthroughs of this game. If I remember correctly, he's not in here. Actually, no, he isn't here. I was thinking this was Myron for some reason. What, you're saying I was asleep? Show some respect! A crewman on duty would never be so unmindful as to take a nap in a place like this. I resent your implication. I challenge you! Losing you has woken me up. I will mend my ways and work hard. Can you keep it a secret that I was taking a nap here? Please don't tell the captain. I will keep it a secret to everybody. Ha! Oh, right side. I was hitting WASD for some odd reason. Probably out of force of habit, I would have to guess. But anyway, let's head below decks. Thanks, kid. I yelled at him good, so he'll quit slacking off. And we've got some sort of motor right here. Something around here. There's a camper. Can you battle? Yes, I'm so bored. Want to battle? I know that situation. Now, you're too strong. I'm curious, will you say you're still bored? Saffron, Celadon. There are many big cities in Kanto. There are. Okay, let's climb up the ladder. Alright, what's... Oh, I'm walking into a wall. I didn't want to walk into a wall. I want to walk in here. And over here. Captain, play with me, please. I'm bored. I want to play more. Oh, you're gonna play with me? Let's play hide and seek. I'll hide, so close your eyes. Thank you for playing with her. You would think being a captain is a somewhat easy job, but it's actually quite demanding. That little passenger has gone out of a room. She can't get off the ship, so they must be hiding somewhere. Here. She could have gotten far. Alright, so I guess we're playing hide and seek. Why do so many games do this? I never quite understood that. I mean, I guess it's a fun game to play, but... I don't know. Alright, let's see. I guess she couldn't have gotten very far. Oh, there she is. Ah, you found me. I better go back to my grandpa. Yep, I was the grandchild we were set out to find. Grandpa, here I am. I was playing hide and seek with this guy. Earl, was it? I heard you entertained my granddaughter. I want to thank you for that. Take this. We got the metal coat. This will increase the power of steel type moves when held by a Pokemon and also allow you to evolve your Scyther or Onix. Battleship SS Aqua has arrived in Vermilion City. Battleship SS Aqua has arrived in Vermilion City. And just like that, I'm gonna pull out my Pokegear to show we are in Kanto. We've made land. Oh, yeah, you get what I mean. So, why don't we have a quick look around Vermilion City before we end the episode? You came from Johto? I envy you. I hear many rare Pokemon live over there. Yep, I have one of them behind me right now. There's an item we can grab over there, so I'll find a place to surf around here. Skilled trainers rather in Kanto. Gym leaders are especially strong. Won't be easy for you to defeat. Yep, if you look at your trainer card, there's 8 more gym leaders for you to defeat, which is pretty sweet. So yeah, this is Vermilion City. Very similar to Olivine City. And we can surf around here, so I'm gonna toss up a repel so I don't run into any annoyances. Alright, over here is an item. A Luck Incense! This works like an annual coin doubling prize money, and it also has another effect, but I'll save that to go over later when it's actually more relevant. Okay, is there anything else around here? Well, there's a Pokemon gym, but we'll save that for a bit later. Alright, over here is a Pokemon fan club. Why am I going here? I love the way Clefairy opens its arms. It's so adorable. Look at my darling Bayleaf. The leaf on its head is so cute and fashionable. Okay. Our chairman is very vocal when it comes to Pokemon. I'm the chairman of the Pokemon fan club. I raised over 150 Pokemon. I'm very fussy when it comes to Pokemon. Did you visit just to hear about my Pokemon? Eh, sure, why not? Good then, listen up. So, my precious Rapidash. It's cute, lovely, smart, adorable, irresistible, plus amazing, don't you think so? Oh, so wild, beautiful, kind, I love it. Okay, it's warm and cuddly, as like the adjectives I use. Oh, it's spectacular, captivating, simply divine, I treasure it. Oops, look at the time, I kept you too long. Thanks for hearing me out. I want you to give you this present. Got the rare candy! Thank you, kind sir. I prefer make a Pokemon stronger by battling, so you can have it. That's actually kind of convenient for me. Even though I think it did have a couple left over. Yeah, I did. Okay, but anyway, with all that said and done, I think that's a pretty good place to end the first episode of the second season. Next time on Let's Play Pokemon Soul Silver, we're actually going to be heading back to Johto for a couple of things. Yeah, we forgot something at home. Anyway, see you guys next time. Take care.